we got Victor from JMaz. He was kind enough to give me a little bit more of his time, even though he's been talking for probably 24 hours straight.
Yes.
I could tell he's losing his voice too, so we're gonna do the best we can. But Victor, what I wanted to do was hang back now that things have kind of quieted down, have a normal conversation about one of the products that really excited me here. It was great to see a lot of vendors out, but honestly, you guys dropped something that I haven't seen before. I'm really intrigued, especially as a mobile DJ. You know me.
Absolutely.
I'm all about simple, look great, portable. So I want to talk about the VersaFlex, if you don't mind.
No, absolutely. So thanks guys for stopping by. I apologize for my voice. So what we have here is the VersaFlex bar is a spin-off from one of our hottest selling items, which was the FX Bar 5050. Everyone is very familiar with that product. And so what we wanted to do was give mobile DJs an opportunity to have a bar that they could use and be able to set it up right away very quickly, but we don't want to limit its functionality to what we thought was going to be really good. So our idea is definitely put a couple of movers on there. So we added two 25-watt moving heads with a color wheel and a gobo wheel on it. But on top of that, we added 4 different options. So the 4 different options are, you can choose up to 4 different par lights that you can add to it. Over here, we have VersaFlex. And so one of the options you get is the cool white, warm white, dual color par light here. So you can add 2 of these to the bar on the bottom. And so you get 324 surface mount diodes. Half of them are cool white, half of them are warm white, and this gives you a really nice ring effect. So ultimately that was something we wanted to bring out into the market as well. And right at the top here, this has a pair of the Tron 7s that has a graphic overlay, kind of like a honeycomb shape, but it's an RGB W par light. So once you have all 4 of these lights built into the FX FlexiBar, you could look over here. Independent 6-pin connector for voltage and for data communication. Every single light has an independent power supply inside. It's not one power supply powering everything.
Which is what allows you to swap things in and out as needed.
Exactly.
Very smart.
So once you plug it in, the bar has an internal software that recognizes whether it's got a par light in here or not. So the light will turn on once it detects that there's a light that's been plugged in. And so the other feature that I really wanted to implement into something like this was, it'll come with an included RF remote control. And the remote control is going to give you independent access to every pair of lights that you see, including the movers and everything on the bar, so that you could go in and create your own scenes. That way, if you've got a Valentine's Day theme, a St. Patrick's Day theme, you could set your bar to paint that color, but at the same time have the entertainment that the beam effect brings into a party.
How much does this weigh? Just the bar with the movers, and then if we add everything on?
So the bar with just the movers is approximately 46 pounds.
Okay.
Once you get in with the pars, you're getting into closer to 50 pounds.
50 pounds for the whole fixture. Honestly, for how much bang for the buck you get, like how many lights are here, that's not bad at all.
The tripod stand is not included.
Okay.
We wanted to leave that as an open option for people to, because if you look, it's got the rubber pads. Some guys may want to put it on the tabletop right in front of them and have it, no par lights down here. The flat part is on top of a table, so they could use it that way. It's not a tripod stand type of bar. It's more of a have it your way type of bar. So in this case, you could do standalone. You could use any tripod you want, or there's a JMaz Lighting exclusive bracket that allows you to mount this thing on a truss. I don't know if you could catch it, but we have 2 of them up there that are hanging from the truss.
Let's take a walk over here. I did see these on during the show. They looked really cool, but they were hard to see because of all the lights. So if I could zoom here. So there we go. This is on truss. So you have a couple of options here. Yeah, now this is obviously just the one with the 2 movers.
Exactly.
With the bar. So when you buy it, that's what you're getting. And then if you want the additional lights, those are add-on, which is a good move, because they're not giving you more than you want, and they're not kind of forcing you into a certain look. You can literally have as much or as little as you want, which I think is kind of cool. They got a couple of those up there so you can hang them up on truss, as they said. They don't have one here, but you can like just lay it flat on a table, or you can put it on the tripod that they got here. So I'm assuming that's where the word flex came from. That
exactly.
Is flexible.
There's a lot of versatility and there's a lot of flexibility to it, and we want to emphasize that because, you know, another thing we want to do is if people out there have an idea of a light show or something they'd like to see out of this particular light, we are going to listen to you. We want you to feed us that information, and we will take it into consideration, because that's why we're here. That's why we do the DJ Expos. That's why we do the NAMs and the LDIs, to listen to the general public so that we could make stuff that's useful to you and that you're going to enjoy for years to come.
The honeycomb look is very cool.
So this is 712 watt, also 6 colors. So you get the RGB, a true white, amber, and ultraviolet. That graphic overlay gives you really nice, you know, eye candy. I mean, look at that blue, right? It's got that rainbow effect.
I love that. So, this rainbow effect is so cool, guys. Look at that. That is super neat. Now, forgive me, is this what we would find on the VersaFlex, that honeycomb thing, or is this a different type of fixture?
It's a different type of fixture, but it's the same effect.
Same effect,
yes,
okay.
Because remember, we talked about how the VersaFlex bar has that 5-pin connector on the back. So the set of lights that are designed for the VersaFlex bar have a different type of power and data plug than your standard part. Like these have the power con in and out, and they've got the DMX 3-pin
Makes sense.
in and out. So it's the same effect, but the ones from the VersaFlex bar have been designed specifically for the VersaFlex.
Got it. Totally makes absolute sense. If you want to add on these other elements, they're between
$200 and $299.
$200 and $299. So again, it looks great without it. You can add them if you want. You can just do the bottoms. That's the point of the VersaFlex. So you can add and make the price point, you know, whatever good for your budget and again, your style and workflow. As I close this out, I just wanted to say the other thing that I really appreciate about you guys, which is why I wanted to make sure that I talked to you after, is he actually listens to DJs. He gets a ton of feedback about features and things that are needed. They go back to the drawing board. I have personally been on the phone with this guy. They honestly care. They're vested in innovation and actually building functional products that we as DJs want to use. So I really appreciate the effort you put in to making these what we want and need.
And you know what, I'm glad you bring that up, because I don't know if you've noticed, but not just in our industry, but in general, customer service is something that has been completely lost. That's one thing that we want to keep as the top priority. You haven't had any issues with the lights, but if anyone ever does, the last thing we want to do is sit on the phone for a half hour and tell you reasons why we're not going to stand behind it. As a matter of fact, one of the things that we do is we send you a replacement if it's covered under warranty. We include a shipping label so you don't have to worry about packaging the old one and sending it back to us. And that's that's something that a lot of people that have came by during the last 2 days have talked about. They talk very highly about our customer service and our warranty service.
Well, I've experienced it, so I appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I know you probably want to go home. I think we both are kind of talked and voiced out.
No, I want to stay here. My voice wants to leave though, but I want to stay here.
Awesome.
My voice wants to go.
Well, stay well, and I look forward to seeing other stuff you guys got coming
Rachel.
out. And thank you so much for your time.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.